biggest meth bust in U.S. history. Nearly $20 million worth of drugs seized in the Inland Empire. But what got them caught? An exchange in a public parking lot. KCAL 9's Nicole Comstock has details on the investigation.
And it was a tip from an informant that led detectives to this massive amount of meth that's now being linked to the Sinaloa cartel. A pyramid of meth, cocaine, and heroin standing 10 feet tall with an estimated street value of $18.5 million. It was all confiscated during two recent drug trafficking investigations in the Inland Empire and represents the largest DEA meth bust in U.S. history.
These two seizures are more than enough to provide a dose of meth for every man, woman, and child in the United States and Mexico.
And some of it concealed inside duffel bags was apparently passed between cars in public, including in this Sam's Club parking lot in Moreno Valley.
Wow, I don't know how they hide that.
I can't dare to think about families coming here and shopping and knowing that this is going on.
It was Fontana PD narcotics detectives who spotted it here. The police department says members of their DEA task force had been on the trail of the massive drug ring with ties to the Sinaloa cartel since June. And this month, they started surveillance on a drug courier who they say was managing a stash house at an undisclosed neighborhood in Moreno Valley. After their encounter in this parking lot, they got search warrants. Between two Riverside County stash houses in Moreno Valley and Perris, detectives seized 25 duffel bags of drugs containing 2,200 pounds of meth, 406 kilos of cocaine, and 6 kilos of heroin.
Someone who's responsible for this quantity of drugs is someone who is very, very trusted by the cartel.
In another seizure this month in San Diego, Customs and Border Patrol agents confiscated 3,000 more pounds of meth, 29 kilos of heroin, and 29 kilos of fentanyl-laced powder and pills.
Meth is pouring into the United States through our southern border and is destroying too many communities.
The DEA says drug traffickers use LA as their preferred transportation hub because it's north of the border and easier to blend into big cities.
They can break the drug loads down and do distribution throughout the country.
People who live here say it's scary, not knowing if these stash houses could be right next door.
The chemicals involved, you hear about places exploding and blowing up. I mean, that's what's scary.
And the locations of those two stash houses are not being revealed because detectives are still working on making arrests. In Moreno Valley, Nicole Comstock, KCAL 9.